Hi guys, I'm here with one of my newer plants. It's a spider plant. These plants are really cool because they shoot out little babies, and you can either leave the babies on, which I prefer to do, or when she gets enough babies, you can pull one off and you can propagate it. They grow really fast. They're really, really easy. This one is a variegated one. That means it's got two different colors. It's got a light color too. And it's just in the pot that it came in. Since it's grown about 6 inches since I've gotten it, I'm looking at the soil, and there's only about probably less than an inch from the pot to the base of the plant. So it needs to be about 2 inches. So I'm going to repot this baby. I'm going to repot it into this. I think it's a 6-inch pot. But what I need to do is I need to pop out some holes in it. Okay. Just for a little more drainage. Now this pot has kind of like a base in it that you can turn. I don't really know what the turning's for, but I think you can kind of close off where it won't drip out the bottom, but it doesn't matter. We're going to fill it up with dirt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my plant that I'm going to repot, and what you want to do is just gently squeeze the pot that it's in, if it's squeezable. Like this is a nursery pot, so I can squeeze it, okay? If I was repotting from this pot, that's a different thing. We'll probably check that out in another video. So I squeeze it, I loosen it up, and I'm going to pull it out. And as you can see, there are lots of roots, but spider plants like to be root bound. That means they like to have the roots up tight. So this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to loosen the soil a little bit around the base. If you see some white stuff, I'd put some eggshells, cracked eggshells. You can grind up eggshells and put it in the dirt, and that gives it some vitamins. Okay, so I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm going to need to add some soil to the bottom because it's sitting too far down. You want your soil level to be not above the top of the pot, but you want it to sit just inside. So right now, if I was just going to sit it in there, it would be too deep in there. So I've got to add a little soil to the bottom. And I'm going to get my shovel, set the pot aside, and some dirt. I'm going to get a shovel of dirt and put it in the bottom. And then I'm going to gently take my plant and put it in there. And so now I'm going to need probably one more shovel or so. Okay, now I don't really need to break these roots up too much because it likes to be root bound, and the roots will spread out as they want once they're in here. Okay, now I put it down, and if you can see, the dirt is on level with the top of the planter. So now I can just fill in the extra gaps with some soil. So I'm going to take a little bit of soil and sprinkle it into the sides. Tap, tap. I'm going to go all around the base. Pull up the leaves just gently. Just kind of get some more soil. Here I go. Boing, boing. Oh boy, planting sure makes you happy because taking care of things. And so some people, taking care of plants might stress you out. And if it does, you can give some of your plants away and just keep a few. Like I have a ton of plants, but to some people, that might stress them out. If you have just a handful of plants that you can really, really take care of, that's fine. But just make sure if you do have plants that you're able to take care of them. If you're not, there's certainly someone out there in the world that will want your plants. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to press the soil, pat it down, okay? Dust off my hands, and we have our repotted pot. Look how big it is. Okay, you don't want to just keep repotting for no reason. Just check how far the dirt is away from the edge of the pot. Now this one looks to be about maybe 2 inches at the widest spot, and that's perfect. Watch how your plant grows. If it's growing really well and then it outgrows its pot and it's 1 inch or less away, then go ahead and repot it. Happy Earth Day!